Well, you know that Ted Cruz is on a winning streak based simply by the craziness of the things that Donald Trump says. Look, according to the Republican National Committee rules, every state has to file a statement with the Republican National Committee what the rules are going to be for their particular state. Colorado complied with that. We didn't create the rules in any of the states. Those rules are given to us, and we're waging a campaign state by state in order to win the Republican nomination. That's why we have 4 wins in a row in Utah, North Dakota, Colorado, Wisconsin. We're playing by the rules, and it's the strength of our candidate's message. We have a strong organization, but it's ultimately the strength of Senator Cruz's message. Now that it's functionally a 2-person race for the nomination, why we're winning these races. Yeah,
and one of the sort of messages that really resonates, I think, with our audience, and certainly with me, is the tax plan. Because this is a very simple, flat tax. But let me ask you, we've been talking about the delegate story all day, Ron, and, you know, it's confusing enough, the fact that you could win the popular vote, and yet you're not going to win the deputy, you're not going to win delegates, and yet your campaign is calling on so-called deputy delegates. You have an email that you sent to supporters saying, while not everybody can be an official convention delegate, I'm asking you to join my online team by becoming a deputy delegate today. Send in $35, and then donors will get one, and you can even get a deputy delegate card. What is this all about? We spoke with Donald Trump's son about this last hour, and here's what Eric Trump had to say about it.
Meet the people who come up with this, these slogans and the marketing surrounding the fundraising. As to the deputy, delegate, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it does seem a little hokey, to say the least. I mean, I think hokey is probably the best word for it.
What about that, Ron? Can you explain this deputy delegate thing?
Well, ultimately, we've seen so much discussion in the media about the delegates, over 2,400 delegates of the Republican Party who get to go to the Republican National Convention. There are far more people who want to be involved in the campaign in some way or another. Not everybody can be a delegate to the Republican National Convention. In my own state of California, 338 delegates and alternates will have the opportunity to go to the National Convention. There are far more people who want to be involved. So this is a way that people can get involved in the campaign, financially support the campaign. Our average contribution is about $52 to the Ted Cruz for President campaign. We've received over 1.2 million contributions, and it's simply another way for people to do that.
Hey, Ron, it's Sandra Smith here. What plans is Ted Cruz's campaign making for a contested convention?
Well, ultimately, again, while Donald Trump is, too busy late at night sending hate tweets to people he doesn't know, we've been busy making sure that we're building a campaign to win that nomination, to get to the majority of the delegates needed to go state by state in order to do that.
Donald Trump's campaign, we know, has changed leadership, and he's taken on a new manager, a delegate strategy manager, and he has changed things in his campaign. Is Ted Cruz making any leadership changes in preparation for a contested campaign?
Donald Trump's biggest problem is not his organization or lack thereof. Donald Trump's biggest problem is that he's trapped in a brand that he has created that worked in a 17-candidate field that does not work particularly well in a 2-candidate field. That's why he's lost the last 4 contests, and we've won the last 4 contests because we have a better candidate. But ultimately, we build out a campaign in order to win the Republican nomination. Our goal all along has been to win a majority of the delegates going forward. It's possible that no one will win a majority going forward, in which case we still want to come out of the National Convention as a Republican nominee and then go on and defeat Hillary Clinton in November. We've built a campaign organization around that. But again, the strength of our campaign is in the candidate, Ted Cruz, and his message, just as Donald Trump's weakness is not his organization so much as it is him.
Yeah, no.